Welcome to another interesting topic today. And I'm humbled to be your host. My name is John Breakthrough. This platform, we talk about issues of relevance. We discuss issues that we believe the public needs to hear. On this platform, we don't judge, we speak our minds. Those in proper authority to do the judgment will judge. But we, as citizens of Liberia, most especially the young people of the country, we believe when situations are going on, we have the right and the opportunity to speak about it. Our government officials or those in authority to speak to that area may listen to us and they could decide to pick some of the things we are going to be saying here. So all we do on this platform, we share our humble views. Okay, we share our humble views with our audience pertaining interesting issues. So today we have another very interesting topic that we are going to be talking about. And I got Liberians from different parts on this platform today that are going to introduce themselves and share their opinion on situation. So those that are there in America, those are my friends here in Canada that are monitoring the show, please stick and still and listen carefully. And just in case you want to have your own say on the show, you can just say it in the chat session or in the comment section on Facebook or YouTube as well. And if need be, we are going to include you to the conversation. Like I said, my name is John Breakthrough. I'm very humbled to have all my brothers and sisters here with me to contribute their time and ideas today. So we will start with introduction, beginning with Alex. Alex, please introduce yourself, and then we go to Sis Grace.
All right. So I'm Alice Bagule Nano, a Liberian based in Monrovia. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, by the way of introduction, my name is Grace Williams Joshua, CEO and founder of Pocket Multimedia Agency, a Liberian journalist practicing for about 13 years.
Okay, so we have Sis Safa, you are there. Your introduction.
Hello everyone, my name is Safa Seattle for AVT High School in Electricity.
All right, and we have a veteran there.
Thank you again for having me on. My name is Ephraim Jofula. I reside presently in Liberia, and as time goes by, there are other information about me I will review as we go on with the discussion. But I'm really happy to be on your show for the first time. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ephraim. We have Melvin. Melvin Wozi, are you there, or are you still trying to connect? Okay, I think Melvin is still trying to connect. All right. So today, our topic that we have is between the religious community, parents, and learning institutions. Which do we believe that is more influential when it comes to reducing the use and the abuse of drugs and alcohol in Liberia, specifically our schools? Now, the reason why we never added government to this, let me make it clear. We know that government in totality are the one that's supposed to take on this responsibility. We all know that. It's not a secret. But there are certain group of people that can work along with government based on what they are doing in the society that can help government speed up this issue. And among those people, that's where we form the religious community, we form the parents, and we also form the learning institution. Those are places that we go every day and people talk to us every day. So we are going to go step by step, and everywhere you choose, you know you have to give your reason to convince the public and to convince those that will not understand what you are speaking about. So let's begin with Alex. Brother Alex, what do
Yeah.
you think
So
is your view on what we're talking about? Okay, Brother Alex, before you go through, Melvin just joined. Brother Alex, just hold on. Melvin, are you good now? Still, Melvin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please, if you are good, you can introduce yourself while we go ahead.
Okay. Now we will give Sister Administrator Ministry of Transport.
All right.
No?
Yes, we are hearing you. Just that your line is breaking.
Okay. Let me find a clear reception that I can join.
No, we are actually seeing your picture, but your audio is actually tripping, like fluctuating along the way. All right. So,
Okay. Like I said, my name is Melvin K. Sister Administrator Ministry of Transport.
all right. Thank you. All right. So the topic we have today is the topic is trotting on the screen, but I can still read it to you. We know that the government is responsible, or they have the power to fight the issue of drugs that is affecting our country right now. But there are other bodies, there are other parts that can help government to reduce this thing. So we choose the religious community, we choose the parent, and we also choose the learning institution. Which one of these three groups you think really have more influence in helping government to reduce the issue about these drugs in their responsibility? The school's responsibility, the religious community responsibility, and the parents' responsibility. Who do you think is higher in helping government reduce this? That's why we are speaking of today. So Alex was on the floor trying to give us his own view and idea about it for like 2 minutes. Then we go to 6th grade. So Alex, go ahead.
So once again, I'm saying thank you for the platform giving me to speak on national issues. So firstly, I would say the parents are more influential when it comes to fighting drugs.
Says, hold on 1 minute.
Everything we got in society, either good or bad.
Please hold on. Says Safa, can you mute your microphone?
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Can I keep on?
Please go.
All right. So I was saying parents are the ones more influential to curtail ills in society, or to bring about good in society. If you look at the society today, children or kids come from their home to go in the society to do anything that they want to do. So the Bible says, train your children right, and they might grow good and all, so that in the future they won't depart from it. So what we parents will instill in our children is what they will carry out there. So let me just break it down to child trying to crawl. We parents have to instruct the children how to crawl, or our parents instructed us how to crawl, how to stand. So if the parent does not do it today in the life of the children that are coming out, we see that the children will go wayward. Meaning, to attach another one to it, I got a lot of examples I can give, or instances I can give. Like one time I said on the show, I was bringing on some kids along with me. Some of them, based on their parent, how their parent behaves today, led them to go in drugs. I got few of them, I got about 3 of them right now. They are still in drugs right now on the street. So I can't put that blame on the school. I can't put that blame on the school. I can't put on the religious community. I put a blame on the parents. So I would say parents are more influential, either for good or for bad.
Okay, so just hold it there. Other people got their own view to what you are saying, and we'll come back to you. So, Sis Grace, can you go on? Alex, please mute your mic. Sis Grace, we are turning to you now.
Melvin, Melvin, I think you will have to mute your mic, Melvin, because the noise is in the
Oh,
background.
Melvin, yeah, Melvin too.
Okay, okay. So I'm so happy today to be on this show. What I want to say is also in line with what Alex said. The family is the foundation of every society. So if we can start addressing drugs issue from this level, which is the family from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years upward, coupled with the churches or the mosques, we'll notice that the drugs in our community, in our environment will reduce. But the issue now is, who are parents? That is my question. Parent addressing drugs issue, I agree 100%. The fundamental right of the parents is to bring up the children in a way that they will give back to society. But breakthrough today, we have a society where children born in children. So now, who are the parents that you expect to have a good society?
So we'll get there.
Normally,
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, parents and churches. And why I say churches also is that most of the churches, I don't know much about the Muslim religion, but you can look at a 16-year-old telling you, Pastor, this is my serious girlfriend. This is my serious boyfriend. You endorses that sin. You allow the both of them come to church and have sexual intercourse. They have babies. That young man decide to walk away. That lady won't have to raise that child. Tomorrow, if the child start doing drugs, it come back to the church. It come back to the church also. And that pastor only want your offering sorry to say me, I'm straight to the point. He don't care to tell you that the life you living is promiscuous. You have to wash yourself. This is how you come up to have a good society. So I think the churches and the family, which is the fundamental balance of life, have a crucial role to play in bringing those children and bringing up a good society. Thank you.
Okay, we will get your point. I mean, you will still elaborate more to convince the audience. So let's jump down to Ephraim.
Oh, thank you. I actually thought I would be last. Um, so I was just looking at your topic again, and I just thought that I didn't want to do this as a debate because this is something we all need to look at holistically to discuss. However, because of the show, I think I will throw light on one or two things. There's a very strong point: the parents and the schools and all of the religious communities. So a lot of how you call it blames or a lot of calls will be placed to the parents. But I believe for once that religion, the religious community as it stands right now, should be the sole focus or have more influence in trying to reduce or curtail the drug situation we have presently in the country. So people might not see it as important, but they have too much control over the mind, the soul, and the spirit. And it is these three things that religion teaches that most other institutions, including the schools and that of the parents, don't teach. For example, parents are more concerned about the physical behavior of the kids, how you must come up, and so on. The school basically will teach you just what you need to know how to survive in life and go on. But the religious community is concerned about your inner soul. It's also concerned about the consequences that you will face if you don't attach to certain lifestyle. And these are the particular guidance that lead people to doing the right thing. So right now, even when it comes to healing, spiritual healing, when it comes to um, drugs addiction, people turning away from drugs addiction, you need them to heal. When it comes to that healing, the parents, the schools cannot offer these things so easily. But the religious community serve as that easy pathway, listening to the word of God, whether through the mosques, whether through the church, as for Liberia case, and will be one easier and faster way to be able to bring people to their senses that there is a better calling, there is a better way, there is a better style of life that you could be recognized, respected, not only in the sight of a fellow friend, but also in the sight of how you call it God and beyond this life. So religious play a very crucial role. But I have several points that I want to lay on. So
Mm-hmm.
I will just leave this as the opening statement and we'll
Exactly.
delve into it more as we go on.
Okay. So, say Safa, you are there now. Please give your point.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so blessed and honored to be part of this platform. I will first say parents and then relation communities. When it comes to parents, parents just need to set up a strict rules and regulations for their child or children. And that rules and regulations should come with punishment. Yes. Saying that if you set a rule and regulation, say don't do this, telling the child say don't do this, and then the child do it. At the end of the day, you just let it slide, say, oh, that your first try. No. I think if that child do anything wrong, it will be best to discipline them right away and make them to understand that what they did wasn't good and they shouldn't do it again. And when I will go back to the religious community for our pastors and our mothers and people, men of God, I would say their self too needs to help the government, help every one of us because one way or the other, you see, what's suffering us basically is that everybody feel that if they're not about them, then it's nothing to them. If the other person's child is going bad, if they're not having a child, so they get problem with it, they satisfied with it, they will always be there to mock at their friend. They don't want to stand up for each other. For example, I will not be living next door and I see my neighbor child going wrong or doing the wrong things, and I'm not able to yell at him as a parent, which of course I know I get my child that's there following example. So you and that child say, oh, don't do this, don't do that. And if that parent comes, I will go to the internet and say, oh, I saw your child doing so and so thing. Oh. And I think it's not real. You need to work on it, you need to do this and do that to that child here. Trying to put my neighbor on a line of it. But some of the neighbors will not agree to it. They will be like, oh, now your business and this and that. So which of course we understand though, but still make them to know that a child is going all of the way and tell them, say, oh, your child doing this. So they are so they know. And therefore our pastors then, some of them will not want, for example, when Togo, because we call them Togo. When Togo comes to church, their appearance, the way they were dressed and things, and the way they looks, we already know them to be Zogo. They will not want to identify with them. If they come to church, they will be acting one way, members around they will be acting one way, even the pastors will be acting one way. They will not want to sit and say, oh, we all are one, make that person to feel comfortable, tell them that wrongdoing, tell them say, oh yes, you can make it, you can still choose, you still got more in you, you got future ahead, you can do it, you can make life happen. Make that person comfortable in that space. But when they come to church, so people not even want to sit near them. They will be seated different area, be doing all type of things, showing signs and showing this. Yeah. So they will not want to identify with people. So I would say religious community and our parents for now.
Okay. The religious communities and our parents. So, both of them mean. Are you trying to say the religious community come first, the parent comes second?
No, the parents first
Okay.
and the religious community.
Okay. Okay. So Melvin is there. Yeah, Melvin. Melvin is facing serious issue when it comes to uh, his network. All right. So while Melvin trying to troubleshoot himself, everybody spoke well. So Alex said parents, strictly to the point. Sis Grace also agree with him. She said parent. Brother Ephraim said religious community first, but there are other tips under it which I agree with. And I know everyone know that each of these group have something to do. But basically, the ones that we believe is more influential. That was the topic, more influential. And so now we are going to go into details. Everyone feeling knowing what our hearts are. So how can we convince people that what you said is actually right to help government in how they can do it? So 3 to 5 minutes will be enough for that, beginning with Brother Alex. How do you think, what characteristic, what can parents do that you think can influence the issue of these drugs to help government reduce it quickly?
Let me go right back to parents first. What I said parents is my fellows, my friends out there, they all are talking. But one thing I want us to know before the religious grouping or having an institution called school or learning institute before going there.
Okay.
You breaking
And
you.
before becoming parent, we were parents that brought us up to this state. So what they us are. So if my parent instills something in me to be a pastor, I will take that to that church, or a guardian, I will take that to that. Then I'll help guard other kids that are coming up. One thing we should know, we don't have to be a parent to be a parent. But if you are able to take a child and bring them up to make a better person in the society, you have become a parent. So if a pastor out there bringing up children, definitely become parents. So in totality, I say, because all the other organizations, everything bow down on a parent. So what we parents can do, the first thing is from the upbringing of the child, where the child has begun like a sitting child, because they have the first place we start to train our children how to sit, put in the cartoon, put something behind them with in the African setting, or get another child to sit down behind them. That's the first step we start to teach our children. Listening to you from that point, that means that if that child is growing up, that child before they ought to listen to you, anything you tell them, even if they reach to the point, let's get something straight there. Most of us children, when we reach to the age 11 to 12 to 18, is the difficult times for our parents to take care of us. So it's the time for us parents to hold those kids very strong and instill tomorrow, if they go in the society, let's say in the religious grouping, on a pastors or on a church, they will carry that seed in there. But if we did not hold them good and they go to that pastor, for that pastor to refine them, it will take more time than us parents to instill something in them that when they go to the pastors or to the church or to the school, they will come up. But let's put it by way in this place where the child started misbehaving at the age the parents are 14, they can't get it, and they go out there. We parents still had our right. The church, the schools, and other institutions, they are only there to help the parents to make them good. I tell you, like we all school. School is only there to help the parents to put our children on path. But we are the ones to bring the children to that place where they will have eager for going to school, eager for going to church, eager for learning something. So if we parents does not put those things in them, install those things in them, they will miss the mark. Except for few children who will be able to wake up with that mature mind, with that mature mindset, who say, I want to have a better competition with my friends. this good thing I see my friends doing, I want to do it. I see my friends learning carpentry, I want to learn it. I see my friends are living and go out there and able to get work and sell something and able to buy a one share for himself. I want to do it. There's some of us that how we came out. I had a lot of bad friends, but there are certain things that I took from my parents, like my mother. I grew up my mother. I knew how to cook pan, I knew how to set trap, I knew how to set other things because I saw my mother doing it. I knew how to implant a complete fishing net. I was learning how to fly it because I saw my mother doing them. And the passion she had for those things, I grew that same passion for those things. So it helped me in the process. I did not go to church to learn those things that I got in me today. I did not go to school to learn some of those discipline that made me to go to school, to make me to love school. But I got it from parents. So we parents got more. Like I had a foster brother who loved smoking and drinking. And that brother, he was the first for my mother. But that brother loved smoking and drinking. And he started making some of us to drink. He was the first man that helped me to put alcohol in my mouth. And he was the man that made me to go against alcohol completely. My mother was the first that told me, when you was a kid, I put palm wine because you're crying, I put palm wine in your mouth, and that palm wine nearly kill you. So palm wine is not good for you. That's the first thing my mother told me. That's the first thing, discipline she instilled in me. And since that time, I didn't go against palm wine. Say, my brother, let me to poking you in my mouth, brother. My mouth ball like fire, my tongue, everywhere, my throat, everything ball like fire. From that day, what my mother told me, I just went by it. Today, I don't play around alcohol. I don't play around a cigarette. So I would say, parents are the first because before someone begin a pastor, it had to become a parent. Before you become a school administrator, you must pass through that procedure. Or before you become a man, another parent has brought you up and they instill some good lesson in you.
Okay. So the parents are more influential in this whole drugs issue when it comes to helping government reduce it.
Yeah.
All right. So says Grace is in
important. They are important. And I'm saying that they're not
important.
They're important, but they can back parents up.
All right. More influential. That's what we said. So says Grace is in line with you on that. So I will take her. Maybe there will be, and just so you know on the platform, when someone is giving their view, each of us on the platform have the opportunity of asking one question just in case we want clarification from them. You can feel free to ask questions for clarity, and maybe something you want, you didn't believe, you can still counter react to it so that the audience who don't have the opportunity to ask that question, your question could make them understand more what those on the show are saying. So says Grace, Brother Alex has spoken, and you and him on the same line, you two choose parent. So what's your take? How can you convince thousands of Liberians, the government, we that are on the show with you, to know that parents are more influential in this drug and alcohol issues that we are fighting in Liberia today?
Thank you, Breakthrough. Why I said parents is this. Alex already said it's the fundamental of everything we do in society. But my issue here is this. It's not just about the parents. It's about who is parenting who.
Okay.
Now, before our older people from the traditional standpoint, if you from the interior, you know that every rules you break, there are punishment attached to it. And whether you like it, you not like it, you will live by that tradition once you in that time. Like when you see the crime rates in the interior is limited. You that kill, they grab you quick, they put you in prison, they take you out of the police. Unlike Monrovia, where people moving around were killing and you can't find those perpetrators. Coming back to you having our kids in the interior. If you in the interior, whether it's 16, 15, 14 to 20 years old, once you pregnant, you must know that that man are pregnant you like your husband. And he has the right to provide you guardians. From the same thing the Muslim religion, coming to Christianity, the Christian religion say, if you are a woman and a man sleep with you, that man should take your responsibility and marry you. If that man is single, If that man is married, they will excommunicate you and that man from the church for having sexual religion. But in our society today, which is very, very bad, I'm not saying it because I'm married. You will see a baby of 16, 17, 18 living under a roof with a man and a woman. That child will get pregnant. It's not that child pregnant. Go live with your boyfriend. Oh. You live with your boyfriend. Whether that 13-year-old, like 14-year-old, they born that child, the child into they start selling a little bit boy Pepe, taking care of that baby. That baby grow reach 13, 14, no money to go to school. Sometimes money they said to go to school. But the parents said a parent, the son at 23, 24, 25, or 26-year-old, they ain't even know the discipline. They were not patient to get discipline from whom. How you expecting that child to be able to instill what they did not receive from their parents?
Okay.
Come to think of it.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you have that 13 years old who is parenting another 2 years old. That child grow and choose and say, me, I won't go to school. And I force my mama go to school. My mama selling her leg, doing her leg tailoring. She's doing her leg paper and better. But if I'm not forced to learn, I go in the street. I go in also once I get less money to eat at my business. Society has adopted serial boyfriend and serial girlfriend being parents. Even the church has accepted it. There's not say you can even walk to school pregnant. You can be in school, you get pregnant. Nobody get time to ask you questions because I ain't get problem with him already. But our society is corrupt because of we adapting to Western tradition that we are not able to accept yet. So you find out, do your research. All of the single parents, I'm not saying single parenting is bad, but if you are a single parent who lost a husband, no problem, or you had a partner that was helping you with the child, no problem, or you just got pregnant, person dash you, and you able to go to school to fend for that child, even if you have a skill, no problem. But you should know that it comes with a responsibility. It comes with a responsibility. You cannot let a child to raise his or herself. Even though society, the church, the school have a role to play, but you that born that child, it is your duty to instill discipline that will be accepted by society. This is the time which we are mothers and fathers start telling our girls' children, our boys' children that you should take responsibility. Be responsible before you have a baby. I can remember when I come in, all they used to say, baby by choice. Now, not baby by chance. We used to hear it on the radio. It stick in my ear. It was hard for me, but I say I will get married before I born baby. Because of that little thing I heard from the radio. Tell me today, Brechu, how many parents in our society can boldly say, I'm coming on, I want to do this before I have my planning of family to raise this child? Everybody bringing herself up. Everybody bringing herself up, Brechu. The society, if you go at just 1.4 again today, I was in 0.4 community. I went there today to do a lay peace building education. Let me tell you, Liberia is not in your house. Liberia is not around you. Go in the street. Just go even to that point for Zimbabwe. Go to Zimbabwe, you will see mother selling drugs, father calling and bag, going look for cup, child pushing the kush on a block. The daughter, that prostitute waiting for in the net or also. This is the Liberia we come up with. So, Breakthrough, if we start instilling discipline in our generation, telling you that you should wait for the right chance before you start having babies that you'll be able to take care of and be mature to man them, we will continue having this problem. Because we're not starting from the root of the problem, we're not identifying the cause of the conflict, we jump into solution. That's what I have to say.
Okay, so if I get you right, I just want you to write your answer in 1 minute so that the idea can be more straight. It said that the religious community needs to start teaching the kids from now, or I'm trying to fit in what you were saying directly. What do we do? I know you struck a point that the kind of children that are born, in fact, children are born in children, baby, right now. So how can this, who can help government to stop this kind of thing? That's the point of us being here.
It fall back on the parents. I keep saying parents.
Okay, parents.
You
okay.
And myself, Rachel, that get children. When we born in our children, NGO will help, or other people will help, government will help. We should tell them that you should be responsible before you have a child.
Okay.
Half of the drugs dealer they in the streets, half of the children they living outside doing drugs, pushing drugs are people that were not able to accept the difficulties because they are from single homes. And their parents were not of age to give them that good discipline they need. Ellen said that he had discipline, so he succeeded. I raising my child not of age. Then the child had baby. If we start guiding our girls' children and the boys' children, that you have to be mature, to be of age, to be able to instill discipline that you got from me in your own children, please don't go upon the children by chance. We're begging you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So I still got something to ask. So that means the religious community should be advising the children that before you born, know that you'll be responsible for your child, or the school should be teaching it in school that, hey, before you get any child, like you said, someone told you when you were younger, baby by chance, not by baby by choice, not by chance. So meaning someone ahead of you put you on the right track, and that thing remain in your mind, right?
What I'm trying to say here is parents have the cardinal role to start advancing their own children in the house. From
Okay,
4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, say
I
you
got
must
you.
be mature
Okay,
and be of age to have baby by choice.
okay,
While the school and the churches too should be implementing it in a classroom. Say they say if you but hold yourself small and reach a rest stage before you start having church, which is the family planning. And the health ministry not teaching the family planning again. So now only the parent that got set from the starting, everybody gets small thing to play there to make sure that that message will sink
yeah,
in the children brain from
okay,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old.
okay. Thank you. So you spoke well. At least you clear my doubt that parents needs to start attacking the children from now, teaching them if and now. So let's get to Brother Ephraim to give his own justification on the religious community mostly.
Breakthrough, thank you again. And before I go ahead, I'd like for us to revert to the topic at hand. And your topic says which one of these groups is influential, highly influential in helping to solve the drug situation we have in Liberia.
Yes.
Uh, so the problem is already caused. There is a problem. There is serious drugs addiction, uncontrolled use of illicit substances all over the country. The government is fighting hard to track down on these issues, and discussions like these will facilitate or will help to spread the rightful messages to people to be able to assist government in solving the problem.
Sure.
Holding that constant is where you come up with this topic. So we are not discussing here what is the problem, what is the cause of the problem. We are looking at what group is more influential that could help solve this problem, if I understood
Yes.
your topic rightly.
That's it.
Yes, and it is upon this backdrop that I told you the religious group as a stand is the most influential group to help government solve this problem.
Okay.
Now, I highlighted a few things down that I left for us to discuss step by step. So the first one is the reason I told you the religious group is the religious group teaches moral foundation and values. I repeat that the religious group teaches the moral foundation and values. In simple terms, it teaches you right versus wrong. It teaches you from an early stage what is right, what is wrong. For example, um, the Muslim community is strictly against intoxication and they are strictly against use of drugs. The Christian community, on the other hand, teaches you that the body is the temple, so don't mess the body up. They use this term called cleanliness is next to godliness. How does this factor in helping the how you call it government? If the religious group is teaching a rightful thing in the churches, if the religious group help the government to start spreading the information that taking these substances will lead you to the wrong way, quote and unquote, the word they use after death, it could lead you to hell or it could lead you to the worst part and not at the right hand side of God. People, or now it may not be 100%, but at least you will achieve 30 or to some percent number of people that will reason with this teaching, number of people who grew up in these teachings but forgot and have started hearing these teachings again to forget or to sway away from those substances that make them to look different, that make them to go on the opposite side of what the foundational values, the core values religion teaches. The next thing, why religion is influential is what we call community outreach. Unlike today, if you are a part of a church, I don't know whether it's still happening. I'm sure it's still happening. If you are a part of the church, there are different groupings in the church: men organization, women organization, youth organization, and even outreach. What the group does, what each one of these groups does, they visit, they go out and visit people, go to your house. Like I remember when I was in St. Matthew United Methodist Church, we used to have this house meeting. They come to your house, have a meeting and pray and have some discussion. How does it factor in solving helping government solve the issue of drugs? The religious group can identify few group of people, not just that advertisement they do. You just take rice, carry to the place, and just call camera people, put it on radio. Oh, church A donated rice to people. Church B carry food to them. Not just that. They need to prioritize the community outreach. Identify one or two persons. Gentlemen, this is this person. We must make sure that this person come back on the right track. So use breakthrough, use brother Nano to visit this person constantly. Now your dress code, your approach to this person, and your concern to this person will make this person to understand that I belong to this society of rightful minded people, this society of moral, this society of identification, and not this society of rejection. Because they see you coming around, they see you coming with those rightful messages, and this will sink a, a tone in a head that will make them to say, yes, I think I will start to follow this person. So community outreach through religion plays a major role. Now, with the number of churches we have in Liberia, just imagine if each one of the churches were identifying at least two, three, or four persons to carry on community outreach continuously, not eventually or momentarily, just continuously donate to one or two person. One way or the other, they will achieve to certain percentage how they can, how you call it, switch the people from there. The next thing religious teaches spiritual motivation, right? So in the community outreach, in the messages at the churches, they teach you the purpose of your life. They teach you how to have hope for tomorrow. They teach you how to live in society and what is accepted. Now, because of that spiritual purpose, you must attain, you must be able to meet that benchmark to be able to consider yourself in a book of life. That alone can, one way or the other, be able to help make the drugs user or addicted group of people to start thinking in a rightful direction. Why are they the rightful set of people? Why are they more influential? Religion, unlike the school, unlike the parents, religion or the religious group is the only group that I see can deal with you based on conscience. They deal with it based on conscience and guilt. Now, for parents, it is a duty. For school, it is a job they are offering. It is a job. For religion, they deal with it just on guilt. You're not paying a dime. You don't have to come. You're not forced to even listen. But the message that comes, the message touches your conscience, and you have some guilt within you that you've done the worst thing. So the parents have said a lot. I've seen parents who have gone for that case on the street, brought them, carried them to rehabilitation center. The case went back to the street. Try that with religion. Just the conscience alone and telling you, uh, Prophet Muhammad, that is this for you, Jesus Christ is this for you, God is above. The conscience and guilt, it keeps singing in your heart until you have to do the right thing. Now, if we have them actively engaged into this fight and not just focusing on the purpose of generating funds through the different um, soil seeds and other things they do, and not just focusing on your auntie or your uncle is the witchcraft in your family. But if they start teaching the real thing and then carry on these processes, in the fight against drugs, they will be more influential because parents is a duty. The kids see them as complete duty. School will not do anything other than just what they are paid to do and they're not forced. But religion will use conscience guilt to teach you the moral aspect. This is why I said religion plays a very vital role into this process and they are more influential.
Yes, breakthrough.
Yeah.
Can I say something very
Yes,
quick
please.
before you take
Please
over?
say something. Mhm.
Before I forget. Okay, I just want to say this, right? In conflict resolution or peace building, you have to identify the cause of conflicts, right? I agree with some of what Ephraim has said, but as Liberian, as a society, if we do not identify where the problem is coming from, we do not uproot the cause of the problem, we will continue to dance in circle, making reference to the Ebola crisis in Liberia. When Liberia wanted to address Ebola after it had killed people, they identified the root cause of the problem. And everyone, all parents, got involved. That is, whether you don't, you either you pour, before you enter my house, you must wash your hand. And for not washing hand, go first. Because everyone was involved, all parents were involved, whether Muslim, Christian, school, everyone. At the end of the day, because all the people to the school, to the churches, they found the horse. They get our horses, right? We were able to solve corona problem. The same thing with Ebola. So they just issue. If we now start from inside our bedroom, start talking to our horsemen, then, our guest children, then, our boss children, then, who turn out to be the pastor, turn out to be the mother, turn out to be the teacher, we will continue to dance in circle. We will not solve the problem here. I'm who I want to say.
Uh,
Yeah,
can I
Ephraim, go
can I
ahead.
say, uh, my Grace or Miss Grace? I'm trying to find in the rare attachment. Mother Grace, I wonder that would be okay.
Says
So
Grace
I've
is
heard
fine.
you,
Please, I'm not a mother. I'm not a mother. You can call me Sister Grace. I'm from the Church
Sister
of Jesus
Grace.
Christ of Latter-day
Yeah,
Saints.
I
Okay.
was looking
Yes,
for
I
the
prefer
right.
to be addressed as that.
Yeah, I was just looking for the right attachment. Things. Um, Sister Grace, I heard you. Um, I don't want to believe that you're saying the root cause of drugs being in the country is because parents are not teaching or they are not giving the rightful lessons. Majority of us in Liberia, I don't know the statistics, I've not read. I'm just saying from my head. But majority of us, judging from just around us, grew up with single parents. Some of us will know a mother, some of us will know a father, some of us even grew up with aunts and other places. None of them in any way will tell you say take drugs or smoke this or drink liquor. They have always taught you in a way to come up better. Even those who even had both parents, both mother and father, in fact, most of them are presently on the street. They say that they are not teaching it. So I don't want to tie the root
Okay.
cause to. Uh, Let me just end, please.
Can I answer
Let
your
me
No,
question?
let me just end.
let him just end, then you can hit it
Yeah,
up.
but you, yeah,
Let
if
me
you
just
just
end.
asking a question before we
No, I
forget, just
wasn't
ask
asking.
one
I
at a
said I was
time.
saying something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let me just say something. Let me just end. So my point is, the parents are actually doing their best. They have done their best. Why it's true there are mistakes along the way. They have done their best. They have taught the right thing for the children to come out. Drugs is not something new. Liberia is not the only country facing this problem. Like the entire issue of drugs is now becoming global. Check the internet, check everywhere. The spark, the push is not only Liberia. I think the root cause is maximizing profit illegally. And those who find interest in maximizing the profit by bringing the drugs are the greater problems we are having. They are the ones smuggling the drugs into the country, and people will take it when it is around. The parents are fighting, the parents are crying. So our issue now is, how do we solve it? Which group can help solve this issue? Which group can easily come in very easily fast? We bring parents in, you catch your child, you put them down, you talk, and next day the man will go. Which group is influential to say, okay, why government fighting, taking these people from the street, carrying them? Which group can influence them to stay away from taking drugs? This is from where I come from. But your point is right. It's also good that we identify the root cause of the issues. But I don't want to believe that the root cause is because parents are not teaching the children the right thing. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. Sorry, I dropped the line
Okay.
because my phone was a little bit shaky.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
When you
Sis Safa, you will come in. That's a sis Grace coming shortly.
Okay. Ephraim, what I said we have to identify the problem is this. You said that drugs, some of us grew up with single parents and we were able to come up right. Mind you, even though drug is a universal issue, but the increase of drugs of recent, my data set me right, that is far worse than when you and myself were kids in the 90s. Even the thing what they call C-shot, that we have to put our feet down, communication to Senate, communication to the executive until they bound it today, it just creep within our society. All of this spark, this push, all of these things. I'm not saying when we're coming up, drugs was not in the country, but me and you know about only opinion. People used to smoke that opinion, they hide in the secret, in the background. Anybody here can tell me where they hide their smoke that opinion and they brush their teeth, put spray all on it before they come outside. You will not even know you smoke. But this generation we in, we the parents, we have to change, because the gender perspective of life is a social construct, something that changes over time. As the generational changes is occurring, just coming into our country, parents should take another trail by starting to educate their children at this time. I'm not saying the churches are not important, but those pastors are parents. If they cannot identify from this stage that their children are spoiling, because most of the people smoking drugs are pastor children. I seem to be corrected. Most of the prostitutes are pastor children. Most of the ghetto unknown are pastor children. Because the devil can attack the church mostly. But mind you, we can still solve this if we as parents, even single or two, will put your feet together and let us start working together. So that just my own point I keep saying.
yeah, for for me because I've been having a little bit shaking with my internet and so but at least still going back. I would say parents because as a parent we will not want to speak up. Some of the parents can be backing the child. Like if that child is going wayward or that child starts smoking, for them to stand their ground, though it will be tough, stand your ground and report it to the government or take your child to where they can carry the children for for them to come to themselves or for them to be able to help them to take some of the drugs off. Let them take them there, let them stand their ground. Tell that people that somebody can be keeping it to the extent when the child starts smoking, they don't want to tell others, they don't want to tell family members about it. They will just keep mute and see how best they think they can handle issue. That means the issue is going worse up. So I would say parent meaning you can teach our people always get it saying I say you can teach old or new trick. Even for example, if your parent not bring you all well and then you go into the next area, one way or the other you will still because what within you because what they put in you will still come up. If that parent stand their ground and say this is this and we all work together, things will be better for us for my own understanding. What I think.
All right. Thank you. Alex, you got anything to say?
Yeah. So to come to my brother, the issue of the religious community is not bad. It's very much okay. I'll say again. First thing first, before we begin or we got religious community, we have parents. That's the first thing we should establish. So in my mind, to solve this issue, the parents have to take it to the higher height. As my sister was just saying, what name says,
Sister Safa,
she's no, no,
Safa.
the other one, the other one, the other one.
Grace.
The other
Her
one.
name is there. Grace.
She said it.
Grace,
Yeah.
grace.
Yes, says Grace. In the community, as she said, in the community, the parents have to take the lead before before uh, um before we solve these issues. Before God gave us wisdom. If you go back in the days of old, when Moses was taking the children of Israel from Egypt, there was a point of time God would tell Moses, "You go and fight." He God will sit back and see them fight. And it will come a time God himself say, "Stand still and see what the Lord will do." So God gave us parent responsibility. We have that wisdom already to train up our children. That's why he said, train up your children. It was in the Bible. If it was there to say, our God will train up your children so that when he grow, he will not depart from it, I don't think God got to put in the Bible. So he has given us that responsibility. But we missed track of that responsibility. We want to put everything on God. When our hair thing, instead of going to the hospital for treatment, we want to go to the church. There were some people die. Ignorant, they die. The lesson a pastor the food and say praying over you. When you know that you still go to get treatment, God already given us the leaves and give people wisdom, change those leaves to tablet and other drugs that we can take in for us to live. Then we leave you go to someone fooling us say, your can't let me pray over you. We're not saying you can't pray because the Bible in James said it. If you are sick, go to the church, one or two persons there, let them pray. Let elders of the church pray over you. With faith, you get well. They said with faith, not just say pray over you, they said with faith. So let's watch the same thing. We as parents, we have the faith, we can still hold our children. That says Grace was saying, even if we went to the point where what you talk about children born in children, but even if I have my child and my child, I know my child is still on age around 16, 17, and when they born another child, does that means that if I want to face a society, should I send my child away and I know how corrupt the society is today? And another thing, the society we have before then, it will not be the society today. And the society today will not be the society tomorrow. So not because John Brown child got pregnant, John Brown sent that child came out good, does that mean that I too my child should get pregnant and send my child out? Because we all grew up with some inborn system that we have based on our maturity. There are some children that will come out to be mature. Even when they miss track, they went out there and born children, they'll be able to sit down and bear that responsibility. Even if the boyfriend is not there, they'll be able to sit down and take care of that child and make that child a better person. Today, that everything we say, I already give myself an example. I left school, I started born at the age of 22, I started getting my children. And the girl that I impregnated, she was around 17, 16, 17. My older sister, because she was advising me,
You still need to go to
she
jail.
said, me, you. She was advising me saying, if you go down and you say on the street and you say they food on the street city hall around in the 90s and you sell food on the street. So you sell cold water and all that stuff on the street. She told me the thing you're doing, if you pregnant somebody child, your ball will tear yourself water. That's the power she gave me. So I knew that my ball would not tear. So I stayed going into A. And when I got a child, I know what I went through. I bought it not tear. But what happened to me, I'm gonna bought tear. Because there are sometimes I go very hungry. When I walk in my car, just pass by me, the breeze will carry me in front. I
Wow.
had to stand strong, open my legs. Yeah.
Okay.
But I stood strong for my first child. I stood strong. I even dropped from school. I took care of my child. When I reached to the point, I said, yeah, this time now, things are a little bit easier. Because I was in the cabinet shop first. Because I get in the cabinet shop, I get some more money now. I jump behind one business.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Thank
when
you.
I go in there, when I look, they don't, I went back. Then I had to go back to school now. Going back to school, I had to get a second child, but then I was a little bit mature. And I took care of my children. It came a time, the girl that I had, I want to discuss her, but we broke up. But what did I do? I took all my children onto me.
All right.
Because I knew that I had to take care of my children, the whole thing of my children.
Okay.
Today, by the grace of God, my son is leaving this coming Tuesday to go China.
Okay.
The other
Thank
get
you.
Jacob there in 12th grade.
Thank you,
The other
there.
Jacob there and is in 10th grade.
All right. Thank
So
you,
we
there.
parents still have to be parents. We still have to stand no matter how the child's poor. But what can lead the children to sport? I got three older elderly people that live in the former community city hall that are in trying to mold their children to to copy some of my style, going against drunkenness and
Not that
smoking.
17-year-old
But their
style.
parents.
Not that 17-year-old style.
No, not a 17 year because I fear it. So I will
Mm-hmm.
train them not to go that route.
Okay. All
You
right.
understand? Not to go that route, but to be
Okay.
men to learn how to sell, go in the carpenter shop. And most one of the things I really did in the carpenter shop because I came from that background, I don't want to suffer. When I was in the carpenter shop, any child they brought there, I took a responsibility to teach them.
Okay. Thank you.
I took personally to really teach them.
Let hold you there.
So we parents still have to be parents today, no
Yeah.
matter how the child trying to go wayward.
Okay. Ephraim got a view to that. Ephraim, I saw you trying to point out. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really saw it. I really admire Sage Gray, Sage Safa, and that of Mano. I There could be too many things that could be tied to the root cause of just getting too much and bad the way it is now as compared to back in the days. Yes, we could tie it down to parents, we could tie it down to religion, we could tie it down to peer pressure, we could tie it down to the technology, we could also tie it down to the profit making aspect by it.
Mm-hmm.
My point is, if we sit here to discuss root cause,
It
it
won't end.
has a very long chain. But what breakthrough brought for discussion today, which I really admire, and number don't get on show, there is a particular campaign right now in the country on the fight against drugs. Now the question is, which group can help us? Which group is so influential that could help us push this message and achieve this goal? The government's so responsibility. Government is doing their best, but which group can help us? As we speak right now, DA is working all over.
Mm-hmm.
DA is back and forth in ghettos, community, breaking the places. Like the last time I was seeing on Facebook, I saw DA running after a group of guys and then they jumped into the river. Let's assume DA left and the guys came back. What happened next? You saying parents are influential at this stage, at my stage, you really think my mother can tell me something and I listen? Eh? Except it's a specific advice or something. I'm not discussing with my father or my mother on things I expect to go my way. They gotta give me only that advice as to how it will lead. My point is, most of the guys who are involved into this addiction, especially gone worse, the one we call Zogos, that people, no parents can tell them anything to do. These are people that will come to the horse, to the same parent horse you're talking about, and they will steal all the parenting and run away. The parents are even looking for somebody to help them as we speak now. So the question is, which group is influential now? So let's take it this way. We as parents, we can start it right now. We can help. I'm not also saying that, like I said initially before we could start, every group is very important. The school is good, the parents they are good, the religious community also. But which one is more influential? If the imams, if every imams were just going in ghetto now, especially they get connected to the Muslims who were addicted, and start preaching back the moral principles of Islam, and then start carrying out the community outreach to them, and maybe take one or two of them away, and start going to the various rehabilitation centers. If the churches, if the pastors, the mothers, especially the mothers, very strong, the deacons or deaconesses, if the word is correct, start going to these people and talking to them. And start preaching the reform messages even in the churches, because addiction starts slowly. They got some of us in the churches just taking one pop yet. It will turn to two or three or four. But if they start teaching the reform messages just right within the churches right now, they will become influential in solving a problem. We are discussing now solving a problem. The root cause by too much, too much. What a problem? What is this? What is that? How do we solve it now? Government is helping. Government is all around moving up and down. If the government bring these people, how do we help? Who is more influential? Who can help? It is against this backdrop, I came up to say the religious group play a very major role. Let me tell you, I'm just saying this from my own personal perspective,
Mhm.
not a fact that has been clarified. A Zogo is more afraid of a pastor and an imam more than you, your man, or pa. Let me tell you that. Why is true the guy that are very bad attitude, very rude, beyond what? But even when a pastor stands way beyond, even if they want to bring some rudeness, once the pastor handles himself and talk, or even the imam handle himself or herself and talk in a very nice way, trust me, the Zogo is more likely to listen to these religious people than even the brother can talk or the man can talk or the pa can talk. So these people are very influential in helping us now. Government is helping. Who do we need to come in now? The parents are crying. The parents are the one crying, your help, your help, your. Who do you think the parents are crying on? So government and the religious community, and by now we all should start speaking a refu song. They should start turning the preaching to something different. Since we have this as a national emergency, they should now start bringing this in their, how you call it, sermons. They should now start bringing it in a discussion in the mouths. I don't know how they call it in church. We say sermon. They know what they call it in the mouths. They should now start putting it so that others can hear it, and so that even those who come here around can start hearing these things, to be able to buttress government effort in cracking down. Because while we are removing others, don't forget others are on a standby fighting to go back. But the reform messages through the religious group can help them to stay on a red track. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all the other groups are not good. They are all good. Who is more influential according to the topic on board?
Yeah.
And the root cause could be tied to so many things. Yes.
Okay. Alex. Alex, are you
So
talking to
what I want
us?
to, yeah. Hello, you getting me?
Yeah, we are getting you.
My phone going off. So what I just want to say, quick, my phone go off. The parent can't. The fact remains that we got churches that are pushing against it. But does those guys, everyone that was listening, people leave in the church and go and fornicate. So if the community gets together, enforce, they can enforce it.
I'm sorry that your phone has to go down. I'm sorry that your phone has to go down. So I got every one point, and we are drawing closer to our final statement. Before we close, let me just tell you guys next week while we have to be talking on. When you look at the statistic on those that have been arrested for this drug issue, the females are more than the male. If you are fighting a battle that females are more, what are strategies that we think we can recommend? That is next week Saturday discussion, not today. I'm just saying that I will still drop it in the group and share it so that we can plan on it well. Because it breaks my heart to realize that females are almost 90% of the perpetrators now. Maybe they have been facilitated by the male, maybe. So we will want to talk on next week. What strategy can government put into place? Because when you are on the stadium wing or in VIP witnessing the soccer match, you can see more way to pass the ball than those on the field. So we are like sitting on stadium wing and witnessing government having the play on the field, government and the drugs people playing El Clasico. So we know what they can see, we can see. What they don't know, we know. So next week we are going to be discussing more women getting into this. Why is it like that? How is it like that? And what recommendation that we can give to this? So to conclude for today's discussion, we have come to our recommendation point. Everything we have said makes sense. We know that the institution, the learning institution, like the schools specifically, are also another branch that can contribute to this. But before a student gets in school, he or she has already come from a home. He or she goes to church or a mosque. So that's why we are not basing strongly on the classroom right now. Because from the classroom, the child goes home to meet the parent, go to church to listen to the pastor. So everyone spoke well. And the viewers, I really appreciating our, even Shakson in our chat room from the government ministry is saying next time this very kind of topic is coming back, he or she wants to come in to say something concerning it on the arm of the government. I say, okay, no problem. Maybe next week we'll see how we can work on that. So, some of my folks from Canada here and three women from the US also said some interesting things on the point that Sis Grace, Brother Ephraim, and Sis Siafa has raised. All right. They want to come in, but I told them we are about closing now, so there's no way I can bring anyone on to say anything to that. So I just want to commend you people before you come in with your closing statement and recommendation to government. Maybe, if I may ask a question, do we think government needs to give some mandatory vetoing power to these three groups that we are talking about, like the parents, the churches, and I mean not the churches, the religious communities or the mosques and the learning institution? Do we think government needs to give them some restricting order? Do you think that needs to work up? Let's begin from Ephraim. Or to just allow them flow the way they are flowing?
So I wouldn't use the term you are using mandate because with government, anything that comes with mandate comes with consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say they should mandate
Mm-hmm.
in term where they don't listen to the mandate, then that means there will be a consequence
Of course.
for failing to not listen to the mandate.
Mm-hmm.
Then that comes in another issue, human right issue. So uh, whether it is against the right or whether it will be in their purview constitutionally, whatever the case. So I wouldn't use the word mandate. And I don't know how would that be. But I would rather use the word called on. Government should now begin calling on the various institutions, make a public enlightenment campaign, call on the parents, call on the religious group, and somehow the schools, but mainly the religious group to start changing the tone of their messages in the various how you call it churches. Some churches can pray for almost 6 hours and then maybe preach for 15 minutes. You know, uh, they have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday prayer service, but no more community outreach as compared to before. Sometimes community outreach is just one time a month. So I think government needs to call on and encourage is the English word I'm looking for. Encourage this group to play their part in assisting them to track down on this issue. And thank you very much. I really wish I could stay here to the end, but I have only 5 more minutes as we discussed earlier.
Okay.
And feel free to call me anytime you wish, so I could be a part of your discussion.
All right. Now, before you go, let me just hit.
Brother,
Yeah, yeah, Alex. I know you are
I,
back.
I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I want to ask a few questions back and get in, like when you go.
Mm.
So one of the question is this: the religious community and the community in general. Which one do you think when they get out there today and they say we are above to fight this drug issue in our various communities? Which one you think will be real forceful?
No,
If the religious community, hmm?
that
If the
that is a totally different question and a totally different case.
Exactly.
Who will be more forceful, the community and the religious group? The community, because the community is the body that is hosting even those who are how you call it distributing the substances.
The
The
community hosting them.
community is the medium through which people will so that is a totally different discussion. I don't want us to delve into that. You'll
Yeah.
be right when we say community, but this is something different,
All right.
especially
no, so
picking
listen,
three major groups.
this is the idea. This is the idea. The communities got parents living in it, and they got these same religious people living in it.
Mm-hmm.
So if the parent who are said from the beginning that the religious people are also parent.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a religious man or pastor or deacon or bishop or whosoever you are, you live in a community and become a parent and join the other parents in a community to fight the drugs issues in the community where you know that you got one Zoko or you got one gathering where people can go sit down and get high and all that stuff. So if everybody comes together and say today we do not want this how you call it this ghetto here. I think in my mind it be more forceful than religious community get out and come in the community and be preaching, say your lead drugs not okay, drugs not. Even the Bible said it. Sometimes violence take it by force.
All
You
right.
don't have to pray.
So I got 1 minute, please, Breakthrough. I'm already leaving. You just helping me, how you call it, brother Alex. Like I told you earlier, every one of us have a part to play. But going with what was on the table, what was the menu on the table today? Who is more influential right now in helping us to curtail or help government to track down on this issue? That was the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But if you bring
Yeah, I
in
agree.
community is totally a whole different aspect to this
No, I don't.
discussion. But
I don't say
but
that way. I
but
don't say that way.
but, but again, thank you, and
Yeah, thank you.
I really
But I don't
hope
say
we
that
could
way.
meet
All right,
again. Thank
Ephraim.
you,
Ephraim,
Breakthrough.
thank
I don't
you.
say that
Thank
way.
you very much. You can still follow the show on your YouTube page. Maybe when you are home, you can watch while we end it with because we are very close to, and also on Facebook. So we want to say thank
Okay,
you for joining us. We hope next week we will hook you up as well. All right.
thanks.
Okay. So like I was saying, when I talked about government, do you think government needs to come down high on the school, the churches, and the parent to come down with mandate like this needs to be done? If it is not done, you will bear this penalty. Do you think so, Sis Grace? Do you think so, Sis Safa? Okay, Sis Grace coming back.
Identifier is this. If you as a for my parting statement, if you as if you get pregnant or you small boy you pregnant somebody, your parent not able to help you take care of that child. The government, through social security or social work, the owner the Ministry of Health should provide a means to be able to raise those children that in other country. That's my first recommendation. I say it again. If you know you are a girl child, you now reach the stage to have a baby. You want to have a baby by chance, not by choice. And you eventually get pregnant. You don't have the means to raise that child, or your parent cannot help you. I recommend that the government should take that children and be able to raise that child. Oh no, our like law, like why they say if you not able to country 2, 3, 4 times, if you bear your pain, they're taking your child from you, your ear will open up. You have to be mature to raise those children before you have them. That will help to limit the people on the street. Even the children they're begging now, most of them not begging, they're pushing drugs. So it's getting serious. Parents need to put their foot down. You know that you're not going for them to take your grandchild from you. You don't want your grandchild to end up at Sogo. Start the education from in your room today when you're having devotion. Start telling your small children, your grandchildren that they're just in and not good thing. You can tell them John 3:16. Ring that bell in our ear. They see where we want for corruption, we have to for just that. If we not do it, we depend on prophet to come pray for all blah 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 blah. You will still smoke the job after the pastor go. Now what will happen? You will still smoke it. And what happening? You carry them the chance for delivering today, you tell them for them, they're going smoke it. That addiction. So if a girl child is trained from an early stage that she have to esteem from sex until she's mature to produce baby, thought family planning, if she make a mistake and have a child all well off, she not able to mind that child, then the government take it from her and raise that child. That's what we paying them for. 2, 3 times when not take a child from you, you bear that pain because no abortion in labor. You will know that you to close your leg to be able to provide and take care of a child for you raising. Like my own recommendation, if we still keep it singing in our mouth, LDA, just be arresting. We not deal with the community and the children, we'll continue having a problem. Like what I won't say.
All right, thank you. So let's get to Alex.
So on what question you're asking, what should do what to
in your recommendation, do you think government needs to impose a mandate on the churches, on the schools, on the parent? If you don't do this thing, government will come against you and you will bear this penalty or you pay this fine. Do you think anything needs to be like that?
Hello.
Yeah, we are hearing you.
So first thing I would say is I'm not seeing it possible that government will put mandate on the religious community. You are forced to do this thing, and that's not possible for government to do it. The possibility does not exist in my thinking. It may be other people out about it, and that's impossible. But with the school, government can put some mandate with the school, but it left with the school. As I say in the past discussion we had at that time, securities. Government can tell. Government has the right to give mandate to the schools to tell them, say, have good security. It is by law already that if you're building a school, you have what they call it in fence. Your school should be in fence. So if your school is in fence, it's about security. Not just go get one man to go stand at the gate and you're gonna pass or open gate and close it. No. That man should be able to check. But I noticed before then you can only have one man there. At least they didn't get 2 person there. One person to open the gate and another person to check, or 3. If I say at least 2, but it should be more than 2. Somebody to open the gate, someone there to check the male, and someone there to check the females. If the students are more, you gotta get more people. They gotta check those things and check on the students. Then if it comes to the parents, I think normally government does not have to tell parents to do this. Government parents have to take the lead. The only thing government need to do now is to protect the parent. So let's say if we as few parents in the community, we see our children have been affected, we know that's what I get to here. And this ghetto are area where when the children smoke, they become gangsters. We are afraid, let's say I alone, I am afraid. So let's say file all skin together. More often we see DA will kind of raid the people and they come back in the community, will stay sit down, raid them, they come back. So we all get together today, we'll say they get to here, breaking it down, we're burning it. And we go about, we do it, we burn it, we destroy it. Then why in our noise, maybe DA hears it or police hears it and they can't back us. they will get afraid. Or if we went and destroyed that area today, and DA came and did the final weapon, and monitoring, where they will always come and monitor that area. They will always come and put some security deterrent that these parents are protected by us, the DEA. Because in the first place, if the parents or those in the community go and break that area down, definitely DEA need to protect them for 7 months, 1 or 2 months. So you can assign 1 or 2 DEA officers there. You see, I just watched some kind of demolition. The riot police they sent over there was more than 20. Okay, on demolition, you carry more than 20 riot police, and I don't go protect the man, like 1 man property. So what much more of a community? When the community goes and demolish, with the fellow with this ghetto and demolish the ghetto, they don't send nobody there. So those I think I will say, okay, I can't complain today. I can't complain to the ghetto. I can't complain to the depot. When they come there, they won't real. They won't break down. They won't break down the area. And even if they break down that area, they won't keep people there to watch that area, to monitor that area. The one thing they did, somewhere they call MPs, they call total base. I think was that doing President heading last turn or the beginning of Jovial turn. When they broke total base in Red Light, and it was one of the serious gangster area in Red Light. When they broke it down, what did they do? They put police station right there. Total base. The total base was dissolved. So the government can do the same thing. Protect us, the citizen. But we are not seeing protection. So how am I going to carry a complaint? I will not carry a complaint. I'll just sit down and watch them.
Okay. All right. You actually spoke well. So let's get to say Safa. Let's hear your parting statement on this issue and what's your recommendation?
Yeah, for what all my brothers say, I agree with him. He's totally right. For me, I not think the government have any straight rules or something to put up on the Christian relation or the religious communities or the parents or the institutions to say, oh yes, there must be so and so. No, no, no. I think we all just need to work together and that it just make provide security as he said. If they are moving to a ghetto, let them provide security because our brothers staying in the ghetto are dangerous. If our parents then or community dwellers decide to move on them like that, some of them can get at the end of the day, they come to your house, cause harm, raid your house, or even cause very, very big disaster in your house. So for that reason, I think security will be needed if they are going to go raid that ghetto. Let the government provide security, provide people that will be there to help the community dwellers to be able to move together to get rid of drugs. So I feel yeah, just abuse too. It should be written down. The thing how they get when you kill, you will go to jail. Then they put it down too and say anybody that will catch being let's say doing drugs business will say so and so punishment. And there be laws, there be rules and regulations that will be same that people will know that when they do this, they will be persecuted for it or they will be they something for it. So that just I'm not saying I agree with my brother. So
Okay.
much I agree with him.
All right. There are actually laws in the book for it, but these laws just need to be enforced. But there are laws in the book for the dealer, those who taking it, when you abuse drugs, everything. There are laws in the book for it. So I just want to say thanks to every one of you guys. Um, like my own parting statement here is, like I said before, government has been watching this thing happen for long. The schools has been there. The churches has been there. These three groups are really, really, really important when it comes to reducing drugs in the country. They need to work along with government. But if they don't seem to be working along with government, government can come with mandate. Like for example, government can tell all institution, learning institution, all schools, meaning primary and secondary school, that means from kindergarten to 12th grade. Make sure you bring us a video copy of the drugs awareness program that you had in your school. Because every year before you go to renew your school document from government, you need to carry all your school documents. So last year, first semester, you have one drugs awareness program in your jail. You can have gala day. During your gala week, put an indoor drama into your program for drugs awareness. So record that thing either on phone or with camera. Bring it to the ministry when you come in with your document. We will plug it in our computer or on our TV to see if you actually held it. If you never had this program, we are not going to give you your document to run for the next year. Mandatory. You will realize that these schools will try to carry out these programs. Talking about the churches. Now, most of the churches are running their own system. People see the church of nowadays to be the church of before. The church of nowadays, they are far different from the church of before. Most of the churches that are nowadays, they go for social things just as the school. Before, the churches were after salvation. Now, most of the churches are not after salvation. They are after the same thing that the social people running behind, which is money and properties. So government shouldn't be looking at the churches like how they feel they are too religious or they know. Government needs to tell the churches the same way. Every church in this country needs to have a program for drugs awareness and illicit drugs abuse. Every church. If you can't do it, the government is going to take stand on that church. Flat down. Because if the government can reach to the stage, if the citizens can reach to the stage of breaking down people's homes that they are selling drugs, grabbing them and taking them to the police station by themselves, why the churches too can be mandatory to tell them, say, you need to teach the message. We are not backing you. You must teach it. Because this is the same book of the Bible. We've been hearing it from the day our grandparents were born. My man, there's what in the Bible you not hear before, man. What thing you no pastor not preached to you before? Tell me, there is nothing in that book that any pastor will tell you that you have not heard before. But the issue with the drugs is something that is eating everywhere up. So let the pastors, let the religious community, let the imam, the bishops, let them look at it in another way and try to teach their members more about it. Play with their mindset, just as you can play with their mindset to bring offering. Imagine a woman going to take money that her husband didn't give her to go pay children's school fee. She go give it to a pastor. Because the pastors, they know how to psychologize the people. They learn it in the seminary. They can talk to you. You go bring your large child school fee and put offering. So the same way, the same idea, these pastors need to do it. If they don't do it, let government deal with them. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
Look, the church of before, they are not the church of now.
No.
Even the traditional community of before, my man Zanzan Kawa can wear purple suit. My man, no more day, there were... My man, ancient day, the traditional leader couldn't wear a purple suit. Watch I call $150 US, like the kind of watch the traditional prime minister wearing now. $150 US watch. The same watch that the president wearing. Ryan Airplane, when they go to Nigeria for a meeting, they see air-conditioned hotel that they will host for the minister. They will hold the same air-conditioned hotel for the traditional council. They sleeping on an AC. What did traditional men go do with AC? You understand? You know? Yeah, bro. You should be consulting with the gods. For the gods to talk to you to bring out wisdom. Then you go sleep on the AC. What concern you with AC, man? So the government needs to understand that the religious community of now, they are different from those that were before. So with that same mindset, the government needs to look at them and work with them to achieve issues about the country. So, I mean, those are just my humble recommendation about the school. And coming to the parents. Parents, you really need to stand up for your children. You need to stand out for your children. Check in your children's rooms. Know the friends your children follow. Those of you that have money to give your children a lot of money to go to school, know what these kids are doing with these monies. Know what they are using this money for. You understand? You can't just be giving your child about $300 liberty every day, $400 liberty, and you don't even know where the money going. You know that child is not just buying food. When they go to school, enter their bedroom, check in their bags, check in those small cups. The last show we had, I played a video in America. That's what they do. The parents go in the home of their girls' children and check. Take their cell phone from them and look at the kind of people they are talking to. What are the conversations that they are having? What are they talking about? You need to work for your children. Because look, to be honest with you, the government officials, most of them have the ability of sending their children abroad. But you and I don't have the ability of sending our children abroad. The government official, when they're going home, my man, the country we live in here, you can't even see president passing. Say I've been here, I don't see no president come for. But in my country, only police director, when police director going somewhere, the whole street, nobody can sleep. So that means to tell you that drugs will not affect the police director easily. There few times we heard one of the policemen telling another man to free his daughter. Alex, you heard that.
I want a DA commanders.
The DA commander, Safa, you heard that.
Yes, one of the DA commanders.
The DEA commander instructing the policeman, that girl on my daughter, you let her to move from there now. Let her leave the place. You see? You see? So those are examples that government needs to pass mandate across the board. Don't look at one person and say, let's leave the other people and protect other people. No. There are a lot of people. There was another lady that was arrested with drugs from Winners Chapel. I don't know if you saw that. She was caught. I think she was the first person that was caught with huge quantity. Thank you. So that is to tell you that government needs to look across the board, in the mosque, in the churches, at the school, parents, hate them the same way, everybody doing the same thing. Because people are covering under the churches doing wrong things. I mean, I'm a Christian, right? I believe in Christianity, yes, but I'm not against the mosque. I respect their tradition as well. But when it comes to this kind of issue, let government make mandate for the churches, make mandates for the mosque. Let the mosque, look at on Ramadan day, everybody will park their car and go kneel down on the main road to pray. That is to tell you how the religion have power. People will carry their children, they will carry their wife, they will park their cars home and go and kneel down. I was living in Somalia Drive, Jacobtown community, Luster gas station. That whole place will be full. People kneeling down praying to God. So the government needs to go in line with the religious community. Give them the way to follow. Tell them, we are not going in your religious doctrine. But when it comes to the drugs issue, please make sure you add it to your message. Add it to your message. If you don't add it to your message, we will take this action on you. Straight down. So I just want to end there and want to say thanks to those that have been watching us, and thanks to thanks to Sesiata. You want to say something? You have something to say?
No.
Okay, good. So I want to say thanks to Alex, thanks to Safa, thanks to Mr. Ephraim, thanks to Sis Grace, thanks to Melvin that was with us earlier. We want to say we know somebody somewhere are listening to what we are saying. Some people somewhere are listening. Someone is listening to what we are saying. And these are our messages. Thank God they are on social media. They are going to be there forever. Tomorrow, we will sit down and tell people that this drugs issue, we fought it too. We sat down, our children will look at this video and say, come and see. When the thing started, we were on the social media talking about it every time, buying data. Today, our country has become this. So what we are doing here, we may be overlooking it, but we are making history. People are looking at these things and know that, oh, these guys are doing well. Oh, these guys, oh man, at least they are giving their views. So once again, I want to salute you for spending your money. I know what it takes to buy data, to put in your phone for 1 hour on video conversation. You are doing a lot. And God is going to reward us. And society, these children are going to reward us for what we are doing. I want to say thank you, people, very much. We give God the glory for what we are doing. And we pray and hope to be here next week Sunday to continue our show. Bye-bye from my end. My name is John Breakthrough. Very humble to be part of this show.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Alex, you are muted.
Yeah, I say thank you for the opportunity given me.
All right. So bye-bye to everyone. See you next week Saturday.
Okay, fine. Ah, thank you, Jesus.